Hi guys, welcome to this video. So this weekend I did something I've been meaning to do for a long time, and that is I made a gaming table or a gaming surface. I'm not sure what you'd really call it, but it was cheap, it's cheerful, and I just wanted to sort of do a video on how I went about making it. So first of all, it's difficult to obviously show you how it works here because it folds open. It's 4x4 foot, so there's no way I'm going to sort of do it here. So I thought instead I'll do a video and I'll show you that. So first off, we'll start off with the video. So here we are. Pop it on the table and plonk it out. Anybody who works with woodwork here, avert your eyes. There is not good woodwork going on in this case. So I'll just take you through some of the whip pictures. Whoops. One of the hazards of doing it live, as it were. So I started off by getting two MDF boards and trying to glue sort of struts or batons to them to start making the structure. Turned out to be an absolute failure, so then I turned to screwing everything together. So there it is finished. It's got the hinges on it, so that's it sort of put up in its folded bit. You'll notice that there's not much of a gap down the centre of there whatsoever. Big problem, because one of the things I wanted to do was to have either a piece of felt material for board games or gaming mats. I wanted to line it with those things using Velcro to sort of get it to stick down, and so it needs room at the pinnacle to fold without creasing. That's what I was going for. Unfortunately, I also ended up with two different thicknesses of MDF, so they were not flat, which wasn't great either. So not a great start. However, I did have the sort of frame made, and it was the right size. Each bit was 4x2, which is basically what you can buy sheet materials from B&Q in that size. There's a close-up of the hinge. Again, if you do anything with woodwork, avert your eyes because you will not enjoy what I've done here. And basically I've just used half of the hinge. Real botched job. There it is laid out, so you can probably tell from straight away that sort of there's a step there between one and the other. You can tell here I've been using this board for quite some time for priming things. That's why that's messed up there. So now we fast forward to today. So this was Saturday, yesterday, when I did it with the thicker boards. What I did is I went out and got some hardboard, really thin stuff, the stuff that you can cut with scissors. You can, but it's quite difficult. And use that instead. And instantly, because it's a lot thinner, you need a lot more support. I had to put this strut in place down here, which I think is probably better in the long run because the MDF would have warped anyway. So that's glued on, and instead of using the glue and screws, I went for a nail approach. So much like you would tack the piece of hardboard to the back of your IKEA furniture to keep it square, I've tacked this down to keep the frame square and also provide the surface. That's it from the top. So as you can see, there's a much wider space at the top there, and that means I'm going to get a nice curve instead of a crease in the gaming board, gaming mats and felt or whatever I want to do with it. Also provides a much bigger lip to stop dice rolling off the edge, which is one of the main reasons for making something like this. Other than the fact that it makes my table bigger in my living room, you can also pop it on the bed or anything really. On top of a cot, you can make a gaming table anywhere. If you've got one of these, you just plop it open, good to go. And there it is set up with the hardboard. So I'm just using Spartacus board game to sort of weight down the middle and make sure that there's no warping while it dries. And that's it really. It needs to be sanded down and sorted out, and I need to also figure out whether I'm going to put felt across the top and what mats I'm going to put on and whatnot. But just wanted to put that out there. It's a really simple way of making a gaming table. In the UK, where we don't have any space, you can sort of store it away in a shed or in a cupboard and bring it out whenever you need it. Yeah, felt like sharing. Hope somebody's gleaned some inspiration from this, and maybe you'll go out and make your own. It was really cheap. I think in total you're talking 10, £25, even with the screws and the nails and whatnot. Of course, there's a lot more with the trials and tribulations of buying the MDF. Of course, MDF costs a lot more. But yeah, cheap as chips, really. Can't go wrong for 25 quid. Right, so nothing left to say, but stay well, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.